Good morning, Morgan, and good morning to any of Morgan's friends that have joined us for today's video. And today's video is going to be the last of the 4 videos about beautiful soup objects. Okay, and then what am I saying? Then we'll move on to something else like navigation. Yes, we're going to start navigating through what they call the tree. Okay. Anyway, enough said. Let's get this boring part done.
Beautiful Soup Objects, Part 4. Beautiful Soup. The Beautiful Soup object represents the parsed document as a whole. For most purposes, you can treat it as a tag object. This means it supports most of the methods described in navigating the tree and searching the tree. You can also pass a Beautiful Soup object into one of the methods defined in modifying the tree, just as you would a tag. This lets you do things like combine 2 parsed documents.
Okay, all right. So did that make any sense? Where the whole HTML is stored in the Beautiful Soup object. Okay, and we use the tags to navigate through the hierarchy of that code. Okay, we talked a little bit about that before. We're going to talk about that some more. Okay, so in this example, we create a Beautiful Soup object called doc. And what's funny is it has a little bit of text in here, insert footer here. Oh my God. Then we create a second Beautiful Soup document, our object called footer. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to use the find function. We're going to look for this text here and we're going to replace it with whatever's in the footer. Okay? And then we're going to print it to see how that changes. All right? Here's what the book says we should expect, and this is what the code actually created. All right, and as you can see, it matches. All right, awesome. Okay, let's go to the next example.
Since the Beautiful Soup object doesn't correspond to an actual HTML or XML tag, it has no name and no attributes. But sometimes it's useful to look at its .name, so it's been given the special .name document.
Okay, so at the top of the pyramid, it's the document. Then you go down into the header and the body, and then further down into the other tags. Okay, and this is how you do it. Now, what I find interesting is I wonder if you could modify this. Anyway, here's the code we ran. This is the code I actually ran because it's not, they didn't call it soup, it's called doc in this example. And he didn't change it here, so I had to change it to get it to work. All right. Now, let's go and talk about comments and other strings.
Soup.name.
Oopsie, hold on. Let me get over here.
Comments and other special strings. Tag, navigable string, and Beautiful Soup cover almost everything you'll see in an HTML or XML file, but there are a few leftover bits. The only one you'll probably ever need to worry about is the comment. Markup equals.
All right, so what do we've got? We've got a field, a variable, a text string object. This is what's in it, this little bit of HTML code. We print it out. Yep, when we run the code, whatever's in yellow comes out of the code for the most part. Then we create our Beautiful Soup object using that string object as input. Now this is called soup. What's soup look like now? All right, look at this. Now it's got the HTML. Now it's got the body. Now it's, so this B tag is now 3 levels deep, right? It's inside the body, which is inside the HTML, and above that is document. That's how you get to that. All right, now it's apparently it's smart enough to know what the string part is. Sure enough, there it is. All right. All right, and when we print it, that's what it says. And when we go to see what the type it is, it says that it's a comment type and object. And sure enough, that's what we were expecting. All right, now we're going to go and look at what a navigable string object does. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, we already knew that. All right, let's keep moving on. Oh, and then here we are, we're printing it. Okay, and then there's this last little bit. Let's get rid of this, and then we'll go and look at the code.
Beautiful Soup defines classes for anything else that might show up in an XML document. See data, processing instruction, declaration, and doc type. Just like comment, these classes are subclasses of navigable string that add something extra to the string. Here's an example that replaces the comment with a CData block.
All right, now, I don't know anything about XML, and you don't know anything about XML, but we're going to learn about it together. All right, so the CData, the processing instruction, and the declaration, and the doc type, these are all associated with XML somehow. We don't know what that is, but it's kind of probably kind of like how how they've got it segmented, how they have the code segmented. Okay, so anyway, I created a what did we do here? This is real. Okay, at some point I must have created a. Oh, I didn't create anything here. I created the data, and then I replaced the comment in the old code where we had replaced it earlier with oh, it's where is it? So when we combined the two. Anyway, the point is that we just changed the value of the string in the B tag like we did earlier before. Okay, and I hope that didn't confuse you. If not, just pause the video, look at the text, and maybe you'll be able to figure it out. And with that, let's go ahead and move on to the next, to the code, I'm sorry. And here we are in the code, usual thing. I've got this little bit thing in there because it might be useful in a new video because I'm just cut and pasting from everything. I'm importing the beautiful soup, all that code that was in the document. I mean, in the manual, it's all buried in here somewhere. Okay, see, I create the doc there. Here I'm creating the footer. Here's the doc find. I just made all this stuff so it's a little more visible. There's the markup. There's the creating the soup. See all of that? I love this prettify function because it just takes it and makes it look like it should. Then we've got that little weird bit of XML code that they were just introducing to us. Okay, and when you run this, this is what comes out. Let's go take a look. And here we have the output. All right, we create the doc. All this stuff spills out. I don't know why. Then there's the footer. We create the footer. We substitute the text in the doc with whatever happens to be in footer. We go and we check out what the type is of a doc name. It's document. All right, now we create the string object markup. We create a beautiful soup object using the markup. That's what it looks like. And then, is this where we change the string? I guess not. Anyway, there's what the comment looks. That's what the type is called. It's called a comment object. This is what happens when you run it through a beautiful the prettify function in Beautiful Soup. And it's pretty much the same thing, only with this little bit of XML code inserted in. And with that, the video is over, and I think the next video we're going to actually do a little bit more about navigating up and down this HTML tree. Okay, because it's mostly going to be HTML. There's a little bit of XML out there. We're going to have to learn it, but we're not going to learn it until we have to. Let's concentrate on what's most important, and that's what you're going to be using the most of, and that's HTML. Okay? And with that, enjoy the rest of your day. See you in the next video.